Today we're going to move into 1 Timothy chapter 3, and this is Paul talking to Timothy, actually about the church. He's talking about getting overseers and elders in the churches that Timothy would be involved in, particularly in the area of Ephesus. When Paul looked at the church, he didn't see the church as a CEO-style organization with a man at the top and everybody else falling underneath. As a matter of fact, the church, the only man at the top of the church is the God-man, Jesus Christ. The scriptures say He's the head of the church. And so Paul is saying to Timothy here, you need to set up overseers or elders in those churches so that the churches will be pastored or led or shepherded by a group of individuals and not by a single individual. And so what he says is this. He says in chapter 3, verse 1, this is a trustworthy statement. If anyone aspires to the office of overseer, he desires a noble task. Therefore, an overseer must be above reproach. That's really as far as we're going to go today, is that the overseer is to be above reproach. Now, the job of the elder or the overseer in a church is to shepherd the church. The job of the elder is to teach the church. One of the requirements of the elders, you see it in Titus and in 1 Timothy, is that they are able to teach, that they're able to take the Word of God and use it and teach it and expound upon it in the lives of other people. They're able to show them how Christ is at the center of every passage and how the Word is living and active and sharper than a two-edged sword, and that we are to long for this world like babies long for milk. That's what the elder does. And there are certain qualifications to this individual, to this man. And the scriptures say that he is to be above reproach. That literally means that the elder is to be without blame. It doesn't mean that he's perfect, but it does mean this, that in his imperfections, he is seeking reconciliation, that in his broken relationships, he is seeking forgiveness, that in the business world or whatever his vocation might be, he is seen as one who honors God first, and then comes his vocation. He is to be a man who is above reproach, so that when people come into the church and they see that this is one of the elders, they don't have 50 things against him. Now, they may have had conflict with him, or they may even have issues with him, but what they will say is this: that man seeks reconciliation and forgiveness. That man loves his family. That man loves Jesus Christ. That man honors the Word of God. Here's the thing. We need people like that leading the church, because the church is not an organization of this world, but the church is the group that God has called out to reach the world with the gospel. Therefore, the church needs godly leaders.